Social entrepreneurship is a way to solve both economic and social issues in developing countries. Across Africa, where women are the backbone of their communities, financial stability can lead to transformation of a society. That is the goal of Rahama Wright, a young entrepreneur of Ghanaian descent living in the U.S. After her stint in the Peace Corps in West Africa, Rahama decided to form her company, Yelen.
I started Yelen after serving in the Peace Corps and seeing a lot of challenges women had in terms of being able to take care of themselves and their families. And so when I started learning that shea butter is traditionally a women's income generating activity, I decided to get involved in the shea industry to help women not only create high quality products, but then help them bring those products to the global marketplace. And so the entire model that we have at Yelen is figuring out how to add value for the women within the shea butter supply chain, how to ensure women are making living wages so they can do things like sending their kids to school, buying food, buying medicine, and investing in savings.
But it was not easy for her. Starting a business can be a challenging task for young people, especially women. For Rahama, who started Yelen at 22, it took perseverance.
I call myself the 10-year overnight success because it took me many years. I started Yelen in my early 20s, and it took me many years before I was even able to get a product that was ready for retail. And so a lot of my challenges initially was, one, learning the industry that I was in, being able to ensure that I had a consistent supply of the raw material, making sure that the women were trained, making sure they had access to the training that they needed to make quality shea. I also, of course, had challenges with capital. And so initially I self-funded my company and I was bootstrapping for many years. And then last year I was able to get my first round of private equity financing from the Pan-African Investment Company. In addition to that, in 2012, I was able to launch in Whole Foods Market.
Rahama has big dreams for Yelen. In a marketplace filled with hundreds of skincare products driven by big corporations, Rahama has high hopes for her startup company. Traditionally, in more than a dozen countries across Africa, women are the key players in the production of shea butter. Women who work for the company make 4 times the minimum wage in Ghana. Yelen helps to promote women in these developing countries to become financially independent and empowered. Rahama has confidence in the quality of her product and its ability to compete with some of the existing brands on the market.
Our product is both sustainable, it's organic because the women do not employ any chemicals in the production process, and it's essentially a natural resource that comes from the fruit of the shea tree. And so one of the things about our model is it's not only sustainability for the women who produce it because they're generating living wages, but it's also a better alternative for consumers who are looking for natural products, organic products, who are interested in knowing what the ingredients are in their products that they're putting on their skin, which is our largest organ, and making sure that it's safe not only for the babies in the family, but for everyone who can use this product.
Samli Bikingaga, VOA News.
It doesn't look like Muhammad Gaddafi planned on going anywhere. 6 months after a rebellion against his father began, the Libyan leader's eldest son was moving his family from his old home next door into this. Tags are still on the furniture. Cream for the new leather sofas is waiting to be applied.
If you look around here in this house, you need 1 week. You need a week.
Neighbor Mohammed Arab, who in regular times runs a car rental company, shows us room after newly finished room.
If you want to compare it, maybe you can compare it with other Gaddafi's son or other VIPs here in Libya who works and responsible in the government, You can't compare it with the normal Libyan people.
A rebel fighter for the past 3 months, Arab points to signs that the leader's son knew he was not universally loved. There's a secret door in the bookcase. Muhammad Gaddafi's car is almost bulletproof.
Try to open the door.
And the doors are heavily fortified.
Nothing happened to this door, you see? These bullets.
Rebels surrounded the house a week ago and negotiated Muhammad Gaddafi's surrender. They say he asked for 1 hour before coming out, then seemed to change his mind. calling the Al Jazeera channel in apparent panic.
I'm being attacked right now. This is gunfire inside my house.
When he said for Al Jazeera, this bullets and shooting, it's in my house, it's in my house, and he started crying and said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. The shooting is not in his house. No, they were outside, the rebels outside outside the house, and they're celebrating that Muhammad will surround.
Only then, Arab says, there was a firefight and rebels broke into the compound and arrested the younger Gaddafi. Opposition authorities said to let family members stay in their home for the time being, and the local rebel group agreed.
They can't take him and put him in prison or somewhere, lock him, you know. But they didn't want that, because the rebels, they feel that Muhammad, neighbors, you know, for not 10 years or 20, more than 30 years, he's our neighbor here.
Mohammed Arab says guards were posted outside the compound, but then, in one of the more embarrassing moments for the opposition, pro-Gaddafi forces overran their positions the next day and whisked Mohammed Gaddafi and his family to safety, now apparently in Algeria. Arab has no regrets. He's just glad Tripoli is under rebel control. As for the house, Arab and his fellow fighters say they don't want it, and it's up to the new government to figure out what to do with it.
We don't need houses. We don't need money. We need just our freedom.
Elizabeth Arrett, VOA News, Tripoli.